Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Show. This is episode number 18, lads. Jesus, we've gone a long way, haven't we? We are joined today with four other guests. We are joined with Niall, Ciaran, JB, and Noodlehead himself. So how are you doing, lads?
Doing good, mate.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, just
all
watched Bristol City stink up the joints. So well done, Bristol City. You are definitely getting relegated, you bunch of twats. Apart from that, I'm all good.
I would do good until I find out Luke couldn't host. If Luke was hosting, that'd be perfect.
Jesus Christ!
Right,
Don't start again, or I
What's
swear
the
to God,
box?
I'll kick you head in.
We're gonna speak obviously first. United, they smashed Leeds 5-1 at Old Trafford. Home crowd back again for the boys. We'll start off with Ciaran. How big of that win did you? Sorry, let me rephrase. How did you feel with that big win like that? What a way to start off the Premier League season.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have put it better. Well, maybe you could, but no, I think for me, it was a big win. It was a massive win for us. I think it's bigger for Ollie, really, because I think, a lot of people before the start of the season were saying if we do lose our first few games, there's going to be real pressure on him, especially as we brought in Sancho and Varane. The transfer business we've done has been very, very good. He has been back quite a lot now, so we need to start seeing him deliver and his players deliver. And we got a very, very good performance, to be fair. And obviously the fans being back was an added bonus. It was just great to see that. Great to actually hear a non-artificial crowd noise, an actual real crowd. It's just good to hear that. So yeah, it was good, obviously, to slap Leeds up as well. What was it, like 11? It's like 11-3 or something since they returned to the Premier League. So that they've had a great time of it against us, and we've had a great time of it against them. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with the win, and it's obviously the first game of the season. So how important that the first game is obviously you only really know until you get to the end of the season. Obviously, we started badly last season, but we finished second, so you never really know how good a win that's going to be to the end. But 3 points are 3 points, no matter when you get them. So yeah, very, very happy.
And Man City are still carrying on using the artificial crowd noise, aren't they, this season?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Apparently,
it works quite well for them. I've heard they've borrowed it off Sky for for this season, so just going to blare it out of the sound system because Man City fans aren't actually real. They're what's that thing where you can project human beings into like the stadium? Like you can project a human being. I don't know what it's called. Basically, they just have not clone. They basically just have 55,000 projections of fake fans just sat there pretending to be there.
Yeah.
Or they hire actors, one or two.
We'll move on to JB. JB, how big of a win was that for Manchester United against Leeds?
Oh, it was a huge win. Great way to start the season. Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, the goals, the assists, it had everything. It was a really good start. We were kind of all over them, and then it was quite surprising how Leeds got back into the game with that goal from Ayling that came out of nowhere. I mean, that was a great goal from them, but the way United responded after that, in such dominant fashion, that was brilliant. That was great to see, and it was really reminiscent of the great United teams under Sir Alex Ferguson. We got the second goal, the third goal, the fourth goal, all in quick succession, and it was really good. It just showed the mentality of the team and the hunger, the desire to get more goals. They weren't just satisfied to make it 2-1 or 3-1. They wanted to keep going, keep getting more goals, and it was just great. And great start. I just hope the team can build on that and get a good run of consistency, good run of consistent performances, because that's the main thing. There's no good thrashing Leeds 5-1 first game and then drawing against Southampton or losing. That's no good. If you want to challenge for the title, you've got to keep winning games and just keep putting in the good performances like that. And, shout out to Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Mason Greenwood. They were all absolutely fantastic, and it was just great that Fernandes got a hat trick on the opening weekend, and Pogba just showed everyone why he's world class, and I really hope that we see those type of performances every game.
100%. Well said. To be fair, well said.
From the
Newhead.
leader of the leader of the Mason Greenwood army, we appreciate your kind comments.
Love him so good.
Newhead, same question.
Such a good player.
What'd you say?
Same question, mate. Same question.
What did you think of the Leeds game?
What do you think we were
Oh.
talking about? Seriously, you talking
Oh
about?
my god!
See, Liquid will have my attention.
Put you in full
for-
screen.
for
Just
that. I think Greenwood proved that we don't need Haaland, like some people think.
Oh, God.
21.
all right, get out of here, you piece of shit. Anyway, no. Anyway, go on. Come on, say something. Come on, will you?
And Daniel James was the only bad player in my opinion, and 21 was coming home.
Now I want to touch on what he said. Right, Dan James was. Look, you can never question his effort. Right, Dan James's effort is always going to be 100%. His football IQ is one of the lowest IQs I've ever seen on the football pitch. It is something that I don't even think League Two have a player with as IQ as little as Dan James. He is so poor. Like for large, he was on the right hand side, wasn't he? Meant to be on the right hand side. For large parts of that game, I think during the watch along, I put Daniel James on the left with Paul Pogba because it looked to me that Wan-Bissaka was doing a one-man band down that right hand side because there was no support for him at all. I mean, I think it got to a point where Greenwood had to move into the right-hand side because Dan James kept fucking off over the place. I mean, he ended up on the left-hand side for half the time. So I was really, really unimpressed with Dan James. I was really impressed with Pogba, with Bruno and with Greenwood. I think them three, I think they have such a good chemistry. You can see that straight away. I think Bruno, and I'm going to say something that I'm sure a lot of people agree. I think Bruno actually benefits from Greenwood's movement. So you know how Greenwood will move over to the flanks and he leaves that massive gaping hole in the middle of the forward line. But he's also dragged a centre-back with him because centre-back's like, well, I'm marking Greenwood, so I need to go over to where Greenwood is. And he just leaves a great big gaping hole in the middle of their defence. Bruno is then able to go into that hole and he's able to create an awful lot. So I think Greenwood benefits Bruno a lot more out of any of the other strikers at United. I think obviously Cavani is a different beast and Cavani is incredible. I just think the way Greenwood likes to move over to the flanks benefits Bruno. And I mean, Pogba, I mean, what can you even say about Pogba? The only negative is he didn't score that goal. So, but we'll forgive him for that. But no, I think overall a really good performance from everyone but Dan James. And even Fred got a goal, which, you know, is remarkable. I mean, utterly remarkable how Fred, and it was a good goal, mind you, as well. Like, if it was a tap in and a scrappy goal, I'd be like, well, okay, it's scrappy. It was a bloody good goal. I think during the watch along, I went, fuck me, Fred's just scored. And I was completely astounded that Fred could actually find the back of the net from quite a distance as well. I think he was on the edge of the area, so or just inside the area. I was utterly astounded. I couldn't believe Fred did that. I was shocked. I'm still shocked now that he's done it.
Yeah, he's got that in his locker.
We have Jukes in the chat. He says Lindelof DM, Greenwood a striker, don't buy Haaland. Play Lindelof a CDM for one season and sign Kessie a free summer next summer.
That's actually not a mad shout.
Yeah, no, yeah. Dan James
I'd say
De
Jong.
Yeah, but we won't get De Jong. The biggest hole in our system against Leeds was that Fred McTominay were getting consistently dragged out of position. Against better sides, you could put. Well, we'll wait and see, shall we? But yeah, look, very good win and very good points by all of you. So we're going to talk about a certain beef that has been going on recently, and we're going to talk about the grave soonest Paul Pogba beef. Clearly, this is something we do need to bring up because really, I mean, you know, it is disgraceful. But we'll start off with Ciaran again. You know, talk us through it. What's your opinions on this whole hatred? I believe you can call this. To be fair.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously we all saw the video come out, and I mean, it's one of those things where even though it's disgraceful, as you said, it's like it was kind of expected. Like, I didn't expect Graham Souness to give a glowing report of Paul Pogba, and I never expected him to do that. But I just, especially knowing what Graham Souness' thoughts on him was, and I don't know, it just seems ridiculous how a player can get 4 assists in a game and is still not being mentioned as the best players in that match. I mean, obviously he said Greenwood was a star. I'm sure Niall, you were loving that, but I think, for me, I just think that Pogba.
How do you not mention Pogba? How do you?
I was going to say exactly.
Yeah,
I could.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm one of the biggest Greenwood fans you'll get, but Jesus Christ, you can't forget Pogba. Man got 4 assists. Like,
that's true.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I think actually with the 4 assists, I think he's like only one of like 6 people in the history of the Premier League to do that in a game. It's not just a good performance; it's like it's an incredible stat that. But yeah, no mention from Souness, and I sometimes think whether he's just playing up to a character almost now because he's got this reputation for kind of slacking off Pogba. Is he almost playing up to that character because he knows that's what people are saying about him and he knows that's going to get clicks? Listen, maybe that's a bit of conspiracy theory from me. I don't want to, I'm not sinful hat brigade, but I don't know, maybe. Who knows? But at the same time, I thought it was disgraceful, as you said. But as I said, I didn't expect anything different from Graham Souness, to be honest. I didn't really expect anything different. And I'm sure... I don't know what Pogba needs to do, to be honest. I mean, if you get 4 assists in a game, what more do you need to do to gain someone's approval? But he's definitely not looking for Graham Souness' approval. I mean, he even said he didn't know who he was. So, I mean, he's not looking for Graham Souness' approval anytime soon. So, I mean, in the other day, as long as Pogba plays well, I couldn't give a bollocks what Graham Souness says. I really couldn't. But that's my view.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing Souness is expecting Pogba to do a headstand on the corner flag and then, I don't know, shove firework up his arse and do a fireworks display or something. Because
exactly.
fuck knows what else he's expected. I don't know. Do you just think it will just be one that Souness will never ever praise Pogba ever, and he'll just die a bitter old man?
We'll wait and see. I just don't think. Yeah, I honestly just think he almost. I mean, I don't know if he has social media, but I'm sure he must know about this idea that he slags off Pogba and everything. I'm sure he knows that.
I reckon Sky tell him. I reckon someone at Sky tells him. Goes,
they must do.
We need a bit more Pogba slander this week. Clickbait time. Exactly. But yeah. I thought Micah Richards did a good job there.
Yeah.
So just calling it out, like.
I mean, it's not the only time that he's done that. I mean, he saved a load of people, especially Sky Sports. I mean, watching him and Keno, especially, he's defended loads of players, especially, and I think he's not given the credit he actually deserves.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? That
he's made mistakes, but
he's a fresh. Micah Richards is like one of those fresh pundits, so it's great to see. Like. Yeah. You just get bored, don't you? If I'm frankly honest, obviously I do watch songs for most games, so I don't have the displeasure of having to listen to Souness. But I can imagine that if I did, I'd probably put it on mute and then just, I don't know, go through fucking Facebook or wash my hair, because anything would be better than listening to that bitter old twat.
Agreed. We'll go to JB. Opinions on this whole debate. I mean, look, should Souness be fired, do you think? I mean, this has gone a bit too far. I mean, has it?
Yeah, it's to be honest, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Pogba lives rent free in Graham Souness's head. I mean, the man has got a ridiculous agenda for God knows what reason. He needs to grow up. Like, honestly, just give him the credit he deserves. Like, Pogba's a brilliant player, and I get it. You don't like that he changes his hairstyle or he dyes it blue or whatever. But I mean, come on, you got to put that aside. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and I can't say that I'm surprised that he didn't he didn't mention Pogba as one of the standout performers in the game against Leeds. But I guess that's Graham Souness for you in a nutshell. And then this is the same guy that said the Glazers aren't a problem. I mean. The guy has very little credibility as far as I'm concerned, and I whatever he says, I just take it with a pinch of salt. I'd much rather listen to Roy Keane and Micah Richards or Gary Neville. I mean, they're far better pundits in my opinion. So yeah, I'll I'll listen to what they're saying, to be honest, because they actually like come with the facts, and yeah, they come correct, to be honest. Like Graham Souness is like, yeah, okay, he was a decent player when he played in the 80s, but none of us actually remember that. But I mean, apart from that, as a pundit, he's absolutely awful, and he probably just any chance he gets to criticize Man United, he'll probably take that, because he's a Liverpool fan, isn't he? He wants Liverpool to do well, so he'll be praising Mo Salah and Sadio Mane and Jurgen Klopp, but yeah, he'll just criticize Paul Pogba. I guess it is what it is. All of us know how good Pogba is, and we don't need a stupid pundit to tell us otherwise. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I mean,
literally, Mo Salah could run over Souness's wife. Pogba could give her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I bet you he still slags off Pogba at that weekend's match. Like literally, he could do absolutely he could save his kids or his wife from an oncoming double-decker bus. Nah, Pogba's still shit. Like, oh, he's paid that much money to save my wife. Like, the man's a fucking wanker. I just want to hit him.
For Noodlehead especially, I want your opinions on this. So obviously, I'll read you a quote, right? I'll read you a quote. So Souness goes, for me, the star of the show was Greenwood. Michael Richards says, Pogba's had 4 assists. Souness then says, we expect that from a £100 million man. Now, A, for you, how retarded is Souness? And B, is Jack Grealish that shit because he can't get 4 assists?
You find a way to bring Jack Grealish into it. You find a way to bring Jack Grealish in.
Well, fuck him. 100 million down the drain.
He also told the France manager to leave Pogba out in the World Cup in 2018. So shows how much he knows of football. But he needs put into like a nursing home or something, because he's going about 2 in head. So yeah, that's all. Yeah.
Fair. I mean, short and simple, I guess.
Very retarded. Very retarded.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you for answering my question.
Yeah.
And now, opinions on just everything we've spoken on, to be fair.
It's utterly mad. I mean, there were 3 key players for United on that Saturday game. Pogba, Bruno, Greenwood. I think everyone with half a brain cell would have been able to work that out. They're the 3 that had the most impact. Obviously, Greenwood getting a goal, Bruno getting a hat-trick, Pogba only getting 4 assists. I was expecting more from Pogba. I do expect firework displays, 17 goals per game. And I also expect him to go to a local Tesco's and help that old lady with her shopping. All in a 90-minute match, because he is paid an awful lot of money. It's absolutely mind-blowing how he cannot... Even I'm not asking Souness to say I love Paul Pogba. I think everyone here knows that that's never going to get said. But just to even utter a bit of respect onto someone's name who got 4 assists in 1 game against, and might I also remind, against a Leeds side that all the pundits like, they fucking play beautifully. It's absolute beautiful football. Love the energy. Love the way they do it. Well, okay. Well, when someone gets 4 assists against them, how about you give them a little bit of credit? Be a bit impartial, but I suppose the word impartial on Graham Souness isn't necessarily something you go hand in hand. I mean, he's just an utter piece of scum. Like him in society, it makes me question society completely. I think the man is an absolute fucking unadulterated piece of shit. And to be frankly honest, if he got punched in the face by, I don't know, an old grandma, he would probably deserve every last smack in the mouth from her. He's a disgusting piece of shit. That's my views.
I mean, yeah, sure. Look, it is a disgrace. The fact that it's actually keep going on right now. He's really had a vendetta against him ever since Pogba actually joined back from Juventus. So I mean, look, to have this grudge, and I don't know what Pogba actually did to him. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any force to Graham Souness's career that
it's because Paul Pogba is very eccentric, isn't he? He likes to change his hairstyle. He likes to wear I don't want to say strange clothing, but he dresses up very flamboyantly, and obviously I'm not saying he's not RJ.
I know.
I'm saying what Souness
know.
probably thinks. That and coloured in with the fact that Paul Pogba is in fat black. All of that added into one thing, and you've got Graham Souness in a completely different kettle of fish. Yeah. He's absolutely. He can't take it. He can't take all of that, and he's scum of the earth. Just pure scum of the earth. How he still has a job on Sky, I'll never know.
Yeah. It's like with Phil Foden. Like, he bleaches his hair before the Euros, and no one really criticises him or says anything. But as soon as Pogba just gets like a blue, like a blue dye, like dyes his hair blue, then Graham Souness is onto him.
The best bit was
such a double standard.
The best bit was when McTominay got a haircut, right? McTominay got a haircut. Keno and Souness go, oh yeah, that really suits him and looks really neat. And Pogba gets one. Oh, he should be focusing on his football, not getting a haircut. It's like, I mean, I know I went for Phil Foden. I know I went for Phil Foden for whatever he put on the fucking top of his head, but he was trying to impersonate fucking Gaza. Like, have some shame, mate. You are a scally from fame in Stockport, and you think you're Gaza. Have some respect on this man's name. Like, Gaza was a beast. You are not Gaza. That's the only reason I went for him. He was trying to impersonate one of the greatest ever English midfielders in history, and shocking.
All I will say, lads, right? If we're going to use Souness's logic, saying that that's what you expect from a £100 million player, then Neymar, Mbappe, João Felix, Coutinho, Griezmann, Jack Grealish, Lukaku, Dembele, all should be getting 100. They should be getting 4 assists every game with his logic. And if they don't, Graham Souness should say, they're not worth the money then.
He wasn't even 100 million point. He was like 80 million.
He was 80. Yeah, he was 89 million. Yeah, Pogba wasn't even 100 million. But anyway, we're gonna move on, kind of away from United, but just it's all a little fun thing about
on the United show, RJ. That's not very.
We're gonna talk about fantasy football. Ciaran, did you take part in fantasy football?
Why are we talking about that?
Because it's all about football. We're talking about football.
I did take part in it. I mean, I'm not a big fantasy football guy. Usually, what I do is I just pick a team and then I just leave it and look at it at the end of the season and see what happens. But I did pick a team.
Do you remember how many points you had?
I have to check. But I did have Fernandes in it, which is obviously a good one. Although I did stupidly put Harry Kane in it. Thinking that he might play, and he didn't play. So that's a bit of an L for me. Yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking. But I mean, at the end of the day,
don't worry. We'll go to.
I said Move on.
No. How did your fantasy football go this week?
Yeah, it went well. I got 75 points. It was decent. I had Messi in goal, so I didn't get many points for a goalkeeper. My other goalkeeper was Ben Foster, so I wasn't picking up any points. I got 1 point off Messi. He completed 90 minutes anyway, so I suppose every little helps. Trent got me a nice 6 points. The rest of my defence were fucking horrific. Tierney got me 1 point. Max Aaron's got me 1 point. Konza got me 1 point. My defence had an absolute howler, but it does get a lot better when I move forward. Barnes got me 3 points. I did start Sancho. I don't know why. I should have really put him on the bench and had Mason Mount on, but we all make mistakes nowadays. Bruno got me a lovely amount of points, and I captained him, so I'm sat here with a lovely 40 points from Bruno. So I quite like Bruno. Greenwood, vice captain, got me a nice 8-pointer. St. Maximin and Ings both getting decent points. So I was sat on 75, which the average is 69. So above average, which we love to see.
Yeah, of
that's
course
that's also what the doctor said when she weighed me, but I thought that meant a good thing.
Did you do fantasy football this week, mate? By any chance, did you do fantasy football?
No, I haven't been doing it. I did it for the Euros, and it kind of stressed me out a little because there were times when I wasn't doing that well, and I was just like, oh damn it, and I haven't really bothered this time around. But I mean, fair play to Nar for having Fernandes in his team. Like Fernandez will definitely get you a lot of points.
And captain.
Yeah,
And captain.
that was a great decision. Great
and I will never remove the captaincy off Bruno Fernandes ever. Like there's not a day I'll be taking the captaincy off Bruno, because he could have the world's shittest game and still come out with a goal. So it's just Bruno, isn't it? Like, and if he don't get a goal from open play, we all know that he's got one of those free hit penalty cards that Ollie carries in his pocket. Probably goes up to a full official going, Bruno would like to hand in this now. It's the free penalty card.
Look, for me, I did pretty well. 95 points. Very happy with that. Lovely Salah and Fernandez. No, I didn't cheat. I was lucky, to be fair. Richarlison did very well for me. Did very well against Southampton. Ings did well as well. I had Trent and Simicast as well. Got a nice cheeky 95 points. And Matthew, how did you do this week, buddy?
Well, just for this section, RJ, I know why you've done it, so I won't join. I won't look in.
No, look,
to be fair, Matt had a fucking howler.
Best for last.
Matt had an absolute fucking howler. Let me go get his up.
I have it.
Yeah, howler.
I had this.
That's nice, RJ. That's nice here.
So he has right. So he had Martinez, Shaw, Konza, Digne, Diaz. Then he had Mount, Grealish, Nicholas Pepe, Kai Havertz, Ivan Toney, and Pat Daka. Now, I want to ask your genius here, Matthew. What was the creative
Hold on,
idea?
RJ, don't stop there. Who did he have as captain? Who was captain?
Oh, okay, yes. He had Edison Cavani as a captain. And
and who else was on his bench? He had Dean Henderson on his bench. He had Joe Willock, who had only just signed on past Friday midday, so you couldn't ask for more of a howler. What the fuck were you doing starting?
Go on.
Why did you captain Cavani?
I didn't know you were taking an extended break and I forgot to change it.
Oh. What sort of United fan doesn't know that Cavani took an extra break? Did you not see him on the treadmill with his daughter?
All I will say, Matthew, thank you for lowering down the average so that everyone else looks a lot better, mate. Thank you so much for that. Anyway, right, we're going to move swiftly on. Obviously, that was a bit of fun.
RJ out.
Okay, mate, I will say your last name on stream if you want. Anyway, now...
Luke's already done that. It's Matthew.
I didn't. Well, no, the chat has done that, but I didn't do that. It's time to smash the Saints. So this weekend, we take on the Saints. We'll start with Ciaran. Last time we played them was a pretty close game, to be fair. You know what I mean? We played very well, obviously, but how important is this now? We beat Leeds. Time to go on a good run, do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, just firstly, in terms of records, if we win against Southampton, or if we avoid defeat at least, we actually equal Arsenal, the Invincibles' record of away games without defeat in a row. So, I mean, that's a bit of history right there. So, if we do that, then obviously that's good. But the win's all that matters at the end of the day. In these early stages, if we get 6 points on the board from the first two, it just eases the pressure a little bit. And I think it's a big one as well, obviously going away to St Mary's. They've got their home fans back in for the first time in 18 months, as everyone did in the first game week as well. But obviously, this is their first home game of the season, so it's gonna be tough playing in front of an away crowd for the first time, because we've pretty well been on this away run. I think it was since January 2020, and most of those away games were actually where the home crowd didn't have their fans in. So it'd be interesting to see how we cope with that. But we should have enough quality. I mean, 100% we should have enough quality. I looked at Southampton in their first game. It didn't really seem like they were up to too much. They obviously opened the scoring, but I think that was Michael Keane's mistake more than anything. It was a good finish from Armstrong, but obviously they're losing Danny Ings. It's a massive blow for them. I think he was kind of really helping them stay in that mid-table, top half of the table spot. And I think without him, it's going to be tough for them. But yeah, it's huge. It's huge if we can get 2 wins out of 2. It'll keep us up there in contention. Obviously, it's very early days still, but you want to have a good start before that international break. And I just want to see Varane and Sancho hit the ground running, really. Hopefully, they both start the game. I'm not sure about Varane, but hopefully they both start and we'll hit the ground running. But I think we'll just have enough quality, but you can never write off anyone in the Premier League, and especially Southampton. So I think it'll be a decent game. I think it'll be a fairly close game, but I reckon we'll just have enough quality for them, I reckon.
That's fair enough. JB, What's your opinions on this weekend, this Southampton?
Yeah, no, I agree with what Ciaran said. Yeah, so if we go undefeated in that game, then we obviously equal the record, which is good. But the win is important, and they've lost Danny Ings, so that's a big blow to them. But like Ciaran said, I think United have enough quality to beat them, and they should beat them. Should beat them comfortably, as long as United play well. And it would be nice if Varane is available. Is there any news on that? Will he be available for the game?
Yes, he will be available for the game. He has been training with the Reds. I think before he was actually with contract. But
The Reds.
oh my gosh, shut up! You're fucking ginger.
I've got a question. How come Ollie was happy to give Amad Diallo's number away, but he couldn't take one off Phil Jones?
Phil
Phil
Jones.
Jones has
that's
been a
annoying.
loyal servant of the club. That's the reason.
Loyal servant. Okay, who'd you rather have the number 4, Phil
He did
Jones or
turn
Varane?
down a testimonial.
No.
He did turn down a testimonial.
Yeah, but who would you prefer to have the number 4, Varane or Phil Jones?
I was suggesting that he takes the number 15 away from Andres Pereira, so we have like the Vidic and Fernandes. Just saying.
Well, no, wouldn't it just make more sense for him to have the number 4?
The number doesn't matter. Number doesn't matter.
It does, because right now I think we should be starting Phil Jones every single week.
Yeah, give him to Arsenal. Give him to Arsenal.
I am now the leader of the Phil Jones Appreciation Society. I'm Ollie out until he starts Phil Jones every game, Champions League included.
Owen saying here, Dean Henderson is probably the best goalkeeper in the league. Argue or disagree? Agree or disagree? It's a big disagree by me. Big disagree. He's a long way to go.
Huge.
Long way to go. But yeah, it's not even the best at United. But anyway, we move forward. Who have I now? Oh yeah, Matt.
Yep.
All right, opinions. Go on. Go on.
For
I think we'll
fuck's
win.
sake, Matt. You absolute
will.
villain.
I think we'll win easily on Sunday. I think Varane will have a good game. We'll keep a clean sheet. Ward Price might score a free kick since he just signed a contract, and I think we'll win 4-0. 4-0. And yeah, is Cavani back?
I don't think he will be back for this game, but he will be. He will be back soon. So, and Niall,
Better remove
comment
my
on.
fantasy team then.
I mean, he's not the only player that's get rid of in your fantasy team, mate. I'll let you know. You kind of messed it up on your own, buddy. Anyway, Niall, yeah.
I still can't believe he's got Pepe in his fantasy teams.
Ginger guilty.
Oh my god! Jesus
Anyway,
Christ.
Niall, let's just move forward, right?
I mean,
We'll
what was
let
the question again?
just the opinions on the Southampton game over the weekend.
Oh,
Like I said,
right,
last time was a very close game, to be fair. It was a very close game.
Yeah, it was the closest game of football you'll ever see in your life. Look, it's going to be a different beast, but it's Southampton team, not the same Southampton team that you've seen in any of football. They've lost Ings. They've sold Vestergaard. It was Vestergaard they've sold, isn't it? Yeah,
We'll leave it there.
they've sold a fair
has he
few
gone?
players.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where's he gone to?
Yeah,
Is it Leicester?
Vestergaard went
Leicester,
to Leicester
isn't
for 15
Oh
million.
wow, that's a really
On
good
pay.
bit of business. He's not a bad
is.
defender. He's decent.
So yeah, not Leicester. Southampton are a little bit. They're in a bit of shit right now, and I think they'll struggle this season. I feel for Ralph, actually. I do.
You know what
'cause
comes up when you
I think-
say you're the cheek of this?
I think Ralph Hassan, who always is a good manager, who deserves so much more than what is being given at Southampton. But for United, I think I'm not going to say formality, but you guys should be going to St Mary's and taking 3 points. I mean, you have the quality. Even if you weren't to start Sancho and Varane, you should theoretically still have the quality in that team. I mean, I look at Greenwood, I look at Bruno, I look at Pogba, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire. These are not shit players. These are world-class players, or some that may well reach world-class. So even if you weren't to start Sancho or Varane, I still think this team should be capable of beating Leicester and walking back to Old Trafford, for De Gea if Roy Keane was in charge, but for the rest of them getting the coach back to Manchester with 3 points. But no, you should win it. But if football's all done on paper, it would be such a boring game, and everything would be done so simply. So luckily it's not, and you've actually got to go to St Mary's and try and get 3 points, which is going to be a tough one as well, because away fans, you obviously, I'm sure United travel away quite well, but they're going to have their home fans. So they might be a little bit more G'd up than normal. So could be a dangerous one for United, though.
Agreed. I mean, for me, I think the fact that we beat Leeds without Sancho, without Varane, without Cavani, without Rashford, all those talented players in the squad, just shows that, like I said, we have a lot of cannons that we're ready to shoot out. Obviously, but yeah, look, we'll move quickly on. We're actually going to talk about a funny little thing I saw online. Obviously, it was reported by ESPN, the legendary false hope that they are. Yeah, exactly. You know how it is. So they reported a certain story. Kylian Mbappe is apparently on.
Embarrassed. I am embarrassed that you've even brought this up.
I'm not even
gonna mince my words. I'm embarrassed. As the owner of Leicester Premier League, I am embarrassed right now.
Anyway, we're just going to see how capped do you think this truly is? We'll start with Ciaran. Jimmy, come on, surely this isn't real.
No, I reckon it's not just cap; it's sombrero, mate. I tell you, it's huge cap. It's huge cap. Yeah, it'll never happen. I mean, the only thing all I hope for Mbappe is he does those links with Liverpool are not true. That's all I pray and hope that's not true. Because if he goes to Liverpool, there could be carnage. But apart from that, yeah, I think we'll move on.
All right, okay. Noodlehead, can you tell us how capped this story is, or are you going to refuse to speak?
Well, it's actually offensive looking at Mbappe to us because we're too good for Mbappe at the minute. We've got Greenwood, so
Dear Christ, actually, what is it?
I'll be back in a second.
Anyway, JB, what's your opinions on this story, my man? What do you think?
Yeah, it's absolute garbage. It's not going to happen. It's so unlikely. Yeah, he wants to go to Real Madrid, but let's face it, like every Tom, Dick, and Harry is linked to Man United. To be honest, so many top players are, but yeah, I can't ever see him joining United. Just we've already got so many attacking options, and like Matt said, we've got Greenwood, and we've got Rashford, we've got Sancho, we've got Cavani. We don't really actually need Mbappe. That would just be too much. And it's quite clear he wants to go to Real Madrid. I think he'll end up there. Maybe like if he wins the Champions League with PSG, then yeah, I think he'll be off to Real Madrid after that. I can see that happening. I think that's what will happen.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
just by what you said, sorry.
Yeah, he's already playing with he's got Messi and Neymar and Sergio Ramos in his team. It doesn't make sense for him to leave now and next year. I don't know. Obviously, he's linked to Liverpool as well. I hope he doesn't go there because that would be so bad for us. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think some United fans would like him at the club, and I mean, he's obviously a great player. He's a brilliant player, but we don't really need him. So, yeah, it's just transfer gossip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Obviously, I mean, when you said if PSG win the Champions League, I mean they do have Pochettino as a manager, so unlucky
Oh,
unlucky
yeah.
for them. You know what I mean?
That's
You do
true.
have to take everything with a pinch of salt. To be fair, I mean, no matter how
Yeah.
far he gets away from Spurs, look, even if he goes to the back arse of Thailand, I mean, he will always have Spurs in his system. So Spurs, he
Yeah.
will always live in things. So, well, that was just a bit of fun, obviously. Niall, what do you think of the story? And we'll move on to the biggest
Well.
debate that we've had today.
Well, this story is. RJ, I would like you to go to the toilet, sit down, take a shit, turn around. There's your source, because the source of this story is just complete and utter shit. I never have I ever been so shot. I lost for words. Like you want to get Haaland, you want to get Mbappe, yeah, you're always looking at the glaring great big hole in the middle of your midfield. What does Ollie need for him to be shown what the midfield is looking like? Because right now, what you've got is you've got the base of a really good team and the size of a good team and the front of a good team. Yet what you've just gone and done is picked up a rocket launcher, blew it into that wall, and there is a gaping hole in your midfield. When is Ollie politely going to be told, no, you cannot continue to play forward, you dumb twat, go buy yourself a midfielder? Like, do you remember like when you were a kid and you used to buy all your pocket money on sweets and all that? I think that's Ollie and forwards. I think someone needs to sort of go, look, Ollie, you can't have... you can't have any more forwards. You can only buy an apple. An apple being a midfielder. It's just something like that. Also, someone in the back. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
Kenny's here.
Kelly, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's Kenny.
Jesus, you're having a fucking major erection already. Fucking hell, what's wrong with
I
you?
wouldn't say that. Yeah.
Right, so like I said, lads, we are going to offer you any questions. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask the panel, fire them ahead, and we'll probably pick the best, say, 3 or 5 questions, all right, before we move on. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, Kenny.
Jesus, that's a fucking long fucking name, I'll tell you. Anyway,
How much is your fabric in it?
Sanjo's Hill.
Anyway,
I'll be back in a minute. Have to get a drink. He's just
Okay.
busy finishing on Felf, and then he'll be back in.
all right, we'll move on to the debate, and then any questions. Actually, you know what, Devin, we'll happily put Devin's question on. I think it must be asked, right? 1, Noodlehead, please give us a breakdown of your fantasy football.
Well, if you look at Sky Sports one, I actually got top points. So, if you want to, which one? Because in my Sky
Which
Sports
one?
I have
The one that you got 22 points in, my friend. Which do you know the one that we're talking about?
We didn't specify that. If you asked the game,
Yeah, but who plays Sky Sports one? That's like a rip-off version.
If he specifies it, I'll answer the question. But he's after one question, I'm not answering.
Day Christ. Well, trying to dodge the question, Jesus. Who are you? Your friend? Jesus. Anyway, well, I ain't saying anything. I never said anyone. Okay, that's all your imagination, lads. Anyway, we're gonna finally talk about, can Niles Freezer actually play CDM? Obviously, Niles recently called Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof the perfect duo, a fridge and freezer. So can the freezer actually play CDM, boys? Who wants to start off? Really, I mean, this would be a little debate. So.
The last time I checked, freezers in midfield were always a difficult option.
But it's not in
especially- Could you just imagine? Could you just imagine Fred McTominay and Lindelof?
Oh, it'll be so slow. Oh my god.
Why'd you remove him?
I didn't know he's not here. Oh, you're here. All right,
Fred McTominay, Lindelof midfield, like.
Oh my god. I'll be asleep within minutes.
You thought Louis van Gaal football was bad. Wait till you see that midfield. That is. He's got the passing. He's got passing. He's not got physicality. He's not got physicality. Tempo, he would really need to up his tempo a bit more because, that midfield battle isn't normally a, nice, slow, take it easy pace. You sort of want someone who's quick. It could work if it was implemented well. Now, if you're wanting Lindelof to be running around that midfield, like Roy Keane style, chucking everyone to the floor, guess what? The implementation of that is going to go very badly, very quickly. If he's there just to break down play, intercept the ball, not really move too much, and, pick out passes left, right, and centre, it could work. It really all depends on the implementation and how Ollie implements this, which would be one of the biggest implementations this man has ever done. Because, he can implement Greenwood at right wing. That's not too much of a problem. Yes, you can implement Pogba as a left winger without many problems. You want to implement Lindelof as a central defensive midfielder, the heart of your team. That's going to need to be dealt with very carefully, and it's going to have to be well thought through. And you're going to have to put him next to the right person. And may I suggest that right person is definitely not Fred. You're going to want to put him next to a McTominay, or, have that three of McTominay, Donny, or Bruno, or any combination of them, because he's going to need someone extremely disciplined that isn't going to let him get exposed too much. Right? So however this is implemented, it's almost like you're doing open heart surgery with how you're going to have to try and implement this in. This is not something you could do off a whim. This has to really be something that you think really long and hard about, and really think about how you're going to do this, because you get this wrong, this could be one spectacular fuck up that I'm not sure Ollie's ready for, especially with half the United fans already wanting him out.
I mean, that's fair. Ciaran, where do you stand on this? I mean, can Niles Fraser actually do something big in the CDM position?
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's right on the fact that I think his passing range is actually very, very good. Obviously he got the pass for, was it Bruno's third goal?
He's got Pogba passing. He's got Pogba passing every day.
I mean, there's no doubt. It's actually a very good asset to have. I think, obviously, I agree that Varane needs to be the guy that partners Maguire, but I think, one thing that, Lindelof potentially will see, I think has on Varane is that passing range. But I think, I wouldn't chance it. I think, especially if we're looking for title aspirations, is Lindelof the right guy to move up to CDM? It feels to me, it would feel like we're almost kind of filling a hole a little bit. It's kind of the square pegs and round holes type thing. And I'm not sure. I can't remember if he played in the midfield at all for Benfica when he was there, but he looks like he's had a little bit of experience, playing that role. But yeah, I just think we need someone a lot better. But I mean, in theory, if we did have a really bad injury crisis, in theory, you could stick him in there. But I agree with Niall as well. I think you need someone disciplined in there as well. I think that's the thing with Lindelof. But again, his passing range is second to none. And yeah, I think if we were in a bit of an injury crisis, I definitely wouldn't be against it. But as of right now, I think really if we are looking to challenge for the very, very top, I think we need to bring someone in. But in theory, Lindelof could do the job.
Could you imagine Fred being partnered next to Lindelof? Jesus Christ. That has got a disaster written all over it.
We'll move on to JB. JB, your opinions on this topic. I mean, it is a very controversial one, but, can it happen?
To be honest, before today, I never really considered it. I think
it's working. Come on,
it's very he would be like a makeshift CDM. I don't know if he's ever played in that role before. I think, to be honest, if you've got title aspirations, you should really get someone that's experienced in that position. Someone that's done that job before and has done it at a very good level on a consistent basis. Because Lindelof, he's he's done well with his through balls and stuff. Like again in the Leeds game, he did that, and then last season in the Europa League, he did something similar. He assisted Rashford, so he's obviously got that in his locker. But that's not enough to warrant being a CDM like on a regular basis, because we need someone that can not just do through balls. We need someone that's good at tackling, someone that's very confident on the ball, is able to deal with a high press, is press resistant. And as we all know, with Lindelof, he gets pushed off the ball way too easily, and that's no good if you want if you want him to play in the CDM role, because if he gets pushed off the ball too easily, then he'll get dispossessed too many times, and we don't want that, especially in the middle of the park, because you need to be able to retain possession, not only distribute it well, but be able to protect it and add protection to the back four. And with Lindelof, I just think it's a bit too risky. I mean, you can still use him as a centre back, just not use him as your main choice. You can use him as a backup to Varane and Maguire, and just put him in case someone gets injured. For the CDM role, I think we need someone that's experienced, someone that's good and knows what they're doing. Just using Lindelof, that's just too risky for me, and I think it will cost United, especially against decent opponents like Chelsea, for example. They'll just tear us apart if we have Lindelof playing in midfield. Lukaku will just bully him off the ball. He'll just tackle him really quickly, and then and that's the thing. And that's that area of his game he needs to work on. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it could work perhaps if we're playing someone in some rubbish team, in the league, I guess, or if you want to change things up, because it's very experimental.
Yes,
it might work, it might not work. We've never seen it happen before. Who knows? It might work really well. Lindelof might actually be in his element in midfield, playing in midfield. He might actually be a really good midfielder. We never know, but it is risky. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. I mean, what a game to try it out against Southampton. I mean,
maybe in the FA Cup or League Cup. Yeah.
Whatever works, I guess. Yeah. We'll move on to Noodlehead. Are you still there, mate?
Yeah.
It's
not bad. Some of the suggestions I've heard. I heard our Wan-Bissaka at CDM, which was just stupid. Guy can't even control the ball. But yeah, Lindelof would be alright to try. But I don't know if it would work or not. But probably not going to work. We probably should just stop being cheap Tums and buy a CDM. But we're letting Arsenal outspend us this season, by the way. Just like that.
I mean, Arsenal are outspending everyone, not just us.
I know, but
don't worry.
We shouldn't let them. We shouldn't let them.
No, we can't. No, I'm sorry. 30 million for Aaron Ramsdale. That is not good business. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's been relegated.
They haven't made good business. It's just that they're
so what they can
money.
Look, they can be exactly like I said. They can spend as much money as they want. But the thing about Arsenal is they're not going to do anything with that club, really. I mean, Odegaard, yeah, sure, it's a great sign, but you had him last year. You could have had him for another loan. And you didn't have to pay as much money. Simple as that. But
fair enough. But
that one is a bit of a retarded comment, because
why?
I would rather get Odegaard on a permanent than on another loan.
I know, but his price would have been a lot lower if he's been out for 2 years.
I don't care about prices. He's been out on loan for his entire fucking career. The thing is, if he really has a great season on loan, then his price is just getting upped. Whereas if you buy him now, I think they've spent 30 odd million off of Odegaard.
Yeah, 34 million roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd prefer to pay the 35. I prefer to take the 35 instead of taking him on loan, if I'm being brutally honest.
Yeah. And obviously we'll ask, Kenny, you there, mate?
Yeah, baby!
Surprise. huge surprise.
I knew it, fam.
Was not expecting that.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucking pussy. Anyway.
It's the Arsenal
Him the
fans.
link? Who gives him the link? What the fuck?
I
Yeah,
didn't.
oh, yeah, you're getting pissed. You're a rat. Get out of here, you fucking rat. Oh my days. What the fuck? I mean, technically that's called treason, but I mean, whatever the fuck is worse, I guess. Oh my days.
Get back to being Arteta in.
Yeah. Fuck it hell, I mean. What the fuck? Hey. What the fuck?
So has that just been the highlight of the stream then?
No. Surely not. Oh my days. What the fuck?
I'm clipping that right up.
Anyway.
Oh, he's done you there, mate. He's absolutely done
Oh, well,
you.
he's kicked. Anyway, fuck Matthew, bro. You fucking noodle ginger cunt. Anyway, look, all my opinions on this. No, he's not getting back. He's crazy. He's a fucking snake in the grass, I'll tell you. No, look, about Lindelof. What the fuck, man? No, I think Duke's really. I think he hit the nail on the coffin. To be fair, I think what he said was kind of like have Lindelof as a short-term replacement, then buy Kessie this season. No, you've already done your talking, mate. You've already done your talking. You don't.
RJ, leave it. Else, that was quite funny, to be fair.
Anyway, yeah, but he's a fucking.
There's not even
snake
any
like
proof
that.
it was me. There's not even any proof it was me.
Mate, okay, who else gave it to him then? Fucking hell, like, oh yeah, Ciaran, yeah, it's definitely Ciaran. Like, oh, JP. No,
You might have
literally
done it.
didn't do it. Oh yeah,
You might
I
have done
definitely did. Oh,
He's back.
no, he isn't.
Yeah, it is.
No, for what you call him? What's his name? Fucking hell, for Lindelof, obviously. As a short-term replacement, I think.
RJ, would you like to take 2 seconds just to recompose and
I
sort
think
yourself out?
yeah, I think you need to
Yeah.
despise the organisation, boys. I'll tell you, this is.
You take 2 minutes. I've got your back, bro. You when your camera comes back, we'll know you've sorted yourself out. That was.
I ain't ever recovering from this. This is.
Just go take your 2 minutes. We've got you back. That was fucking.
I'm not on my face. I'm like, fuck that, man.
How did
no,
he
Matthew,
get into the
legit,
stream?
like-
That's the question.
Because Matthew. it's
RJ,
Matthew
trust
said
me.
that.
I do.
You
No,
said that,
you
like-
don't know I done that.
Trust
You
me,
know, I
that
don't-
was
who else
that was
did?
that was. I don't care. That was one of the funniest moments I've ever had on this show. Like just randomly, Kenny's here, and then out pops Luke. It's a bit like
United stream gets invaded by an Arsenal fan.
It's a bit like when someone tucks into like that like birthday present. They're putting the thing. They jump out. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's fucking hell.
Why do you think I was excited to see Kenny here? Do you really think I'd be that buzzing about Kenny joining? You're a fan of Kenny. Oh no, he's timed him right. He's timed him right. Oh, let me talk.
It's
Okay,
okay.
anyway.
It's okay. He showed me how to unban people.
You can't unban people on fucking YouTube. It's impossible.
We have fun.
Anyway,
That was.
yeah.
Oh, that was
So what do we talk about now?
Anyway, look, so I'll talk about Lindelof. Obviously, I haven't gotten my piece yet because certain someone joined the stream. However, we move on. Right. Fuck you, Matthew, legit.
You're fine. You're laughing.
I'm not
To
laughing.
be fair, I was gonna say who sent. I was gonna say who sent Kenny the link because I asked him to come on this week.
Yeah,
and
listen,
then
I know who it
thought,
was. It was
come
fucking...
on.
No, talk about Lindelof, right?
The master
That was
Oh,
brilliant.
he is an issue, my guy. Legit, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No, look, Lindelof, right? Short-term replacement, I think, is perfect, right? Get Kessie next season for free because his contract does end next season with AC Milan. I do think we should cash in on Kessie. Yeah, I mean, look, that's really it, to be fair. Fuck, he just ruined it now. Like, fucking hell. Fucking...
I didn't ruin everyone's having fun.
Fam, you just made it awkward. What are we going to talk about now? Like, what are we going to talk about now? I think congratulations. Fucking...
It's not my fault.
Jeez.
RJ is completely.
Alright, look.
RJ is
We're gonna end it
completely
here.
lost his
We're gonna end
composure
it.
right now.
Just here. What we're going to do, right? We're going to end it here.
Composure, lads,
Kieran,
composure.
Where can they find you, mate? Where can they find you? Because fucking hell, before he comes back again.
All
Can't
right.
get moving.
Well, they can find me on Red Door Weekly on YouTube and on Twitter as well.
I swear, this child is fucking issue.
I'm just laughing because Niall's laughing.
I know.
I'm sorry. I just thought that was actually quite funny. Oh, that was
It's quite funny
brilliant.
when
It
you
was just
think
like
about it.
Just a surprise present. Out pops Luke. It's like...
I'm like, what the fuck? I caught me off guard. Like, what the fuck?
It's so
JB,
random.
JB, where can they
You
find
just-
you, my man? Hey, where can they
You
find
just got to find
Yeah.
you just got to find the funny side of it, RJ. That you just got to embrace the funny side of that because that was hilarious.
It was so unexpected. Like, what the fuck?
I know, mate.
Yeah,
I know.
so-
It
It's not
was
even that
brilliant,
bad.
though.
It's not even that bad.
Shut up, Matthew. You fucking moron.
You can find me on Twitter, J
Someone's
Red
lying.
Devils United, and I'm in the live chat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm big up.
Find
Yeah,
me
big up.
And on the United
on
show
Twitter.
on every Friday. Yeah.
1 second.
Try to
Jesus.
come on.
Noodlehead. Yes. Yeah. Big up, JB. Noodlehead, now you can speak.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Come on.
You can find me at MSU6921
His
on
head is
Twitter.
completely His head is completely demolished.
Anyway. No, where can they find you, mate? Obviously, except for fucking laughing your fucking head off.
Oh, mate. This is brilliant. Yeah, you can find me at Niall_PAFC. I'll be back tomorrow with another watch along of Liverpool Burnley. Oh, what a brilliant way to end. That was brilliant.
And you can find me pretty much going up to County Down to find fucking Noodlehead kick his ass. You can also find me on YouTube after my Jaguar. Yeah, like I said, you can also find Luke at somewhere on Twitter. I don't fucking know. We might as well give him a shout out.
You shout-
To be fair.
What? Why are you giving
I mean, because Matty wants to fucking bring him into this story, so fuck him. And look, we'll see y'all next
Oh
week.
my
Guys.
God.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Thank you so much all for watching.